welcome back to Haunt the Collector with me, Jace, and in today's videos I'm going to be covering my predictions for 2023, as I was alluded to slightly in the previous video. Now, before I do this, I want to be clear. First of all, I've got to give credit where it's due. Being totally honest here, I got the idea for this off Misha, who actually pointed out something to me which I hadn't actually picked up on myself. Being totally honest with you, I hadn't picked up on it. I'll come to that shortly, so cheers Misha for putting that out and giving me the idea for this video. Also guys, this is my honest prediction, so this is not what I want to see necessarily, because obviously you know I love my villains. This is what I honestly believe we are going to see revealed in 2023. Not necessarily up for pre-order, but certainly revealed in 2023. These are my honest predictions. So this video I'm going to have to endeavour to quell the heart and engage the head. Very profound. Okay, so let's crack on now. This idea came because Misha was messaging me about something which is slightly separate, but he pointed out the fact that we were talking about Infinity Studios and the fact that Infinity Studios, we know, are doing the Fellowship in half scale, but then Misha said clearly they're going to do the villains as busts, because we've had the Sauron bust and 1/1 scale bust, and we've had the 1/1 scale Nazgul bust, and I thought, wow, yeah, I hadn't actually looked at it that way. Obviously I was aware that we're getting these half scale pieces with the Fellowship, but I hadn't thought, oh, maybe they're only going to do the villains as 1/1 scale bust. So with that in mind, so we've got several choices obviously for what the next half scale is. All I will say is, on that front for Infinity, I think they need to be revealing some half scales in 2023, not one but two. I mean, it's a coin toss for the remaining 7. I could say any of them, I don't know, but all I will say is they need to be revealing at least one half scale, because I know there's quite a few people getting a little bit frustrated that we've had the 2 and we've not heard anything else since, and also, you know, when are the 2 getting released? But anyway, I'm diversing. So 1/1 scale busts, Infinity Studios, I think we are going to see revealed in 2023, and this again was thanks to Misha. This was Misha's idea, not mine, but I 100% agree. I think we're going to get a Witch King of Angmar 1/1 scale bust by Infinity Studios revealed next year, at least teased next year. Minas Morgul base, very much along exactly the vein of what Pure Arts have just done, and we've all seen the huge popularity on that. I think because they've got the cloth, they've just done the Nazgul. The Nazgul's proven to be very popular. I think they're going to keep that ball rolling, and we are going to get a Witch King. We all know that people love Nazguls, but they equally love to get a Witch King as well. I can honestly see that being revealed in 2023. 1/1 scale bust by Infinity Studios. Oh, how superb would that be? Also, I'm just going to transcend into Queen Studios briefly, because it kind of ties in as well. Because at the moment with Queen Studios, it's not entirely clear what's going on. Obviously we've had the Balrog bust and we've got the in-art pieces coming. I'm not going to divulge too much in the in-art pieces, because I personally don't have any interest in posable figures. I've no particular issue with 6 scale. I collect Weta there, 6 scale, but I'm not after the posable figures. However, I will say this with the in-art stuff. Massive kudos to Queen Studios for doing this. I think it's excellent personally, guys. If anyone from Queen's watching, what a fantastic thing you're doing. I'm in full support of any studio making cheaper pieces. Pieces that are lower priced, pieces that are going to appeal to a much wider audience, because we're all aware of what's going on in the world at the moment with all the financial issues across. So the fact that a company who is basically synonymous for making very expensive pieces are also moving into an area of making very high quality but smaller scale, much cheaper pieces, for me, you get a massive, massive thumbs up on that. And a little bit more about that at the end of the video. I don't want to go too deep into it, but we've had the Balrog bust from Queens. Now, I heard somewhere, I can't remember where I heard it from, it might have been John from Queen Studios, said that the next bust is going to be Gandalf. It stands to reason that there's a very, very high probability in 2023 Queen Studios will reveal a 1/1 scale Gandalf bust. Which again, I think is going to prove exceptionally popular, especially coming from Queen Studios. But this is a prediction, but it's also, obviously, as most of you will know, JJ, you're going with your heart again. Yeah, I kind of am. Infinity and Queen, for all these statue companies out there at the moment, and the fact that we haven't seen one yet, I've got to put Mouth of Sauron in here somewhere, because they know the massive amount of interest that's in there. At the moment, we've only had Dark Side Collectibles give us a teaser render image, but actually tease a piece coming out. I think we're going to see it in 2023. Now, whether it's going to be a 1/1 scale bust by Infinity or 1/1 scale bust by Queens, I don't know. Darkside might have that up as their next pre-order. There's that in the ring, but I also equally wouldn't be surprised, and this is my heart a bit, I'll be honest, it is my heart a bit, a lot. Infinity revealing, Prime 1 Studios revealing the full quarter scale on horseback towards the end of next year, potentially. At some point in 2023, someone is going to reveal a Mouth of Sauron. It has to be approached by someone soon, because I'm amazed we've gone this far and not seen one. So I don't want to call it. If I've got to call it, Infinity will do the Witch King of Angmar. I'm positive of that. I'm strongly expect to see that from them. I'm going to say Queens might well reveal a Mouth of Sauron bust. Moving on to Prime 1, again, I think going with my head, I would, if I had to stack my chips on something, I would say we've definitely got to see Gandalf in 2023. Quarter scale Gandalf by Prime 1. I will be shocked if we don't see him in 2023 being revealed at some point. We haven't had anyone from Rohan yet, so Theoden King, Eomer, all those are up for grabs. Equally, Galadriel, Elrond. I think we're going to definitely get some more of the human-esque characters. I think we're going to see them. Certainly with Gandalf, for me, would be a definite. I also think equally there's good potential for another Hobbit reveal next year, one of the remaining 3 of the Fellowship. But I'll be honest with you guys, I wouldn't want to call that one. We'll almost certainly be seeing a reveal of a certain villain, which is why I alluded to the Mouth of Sauron earlier, but I've got to do this with my head. And for me, if I was a betting man, number 1 reveal for 2023, Prime 1, will be Gandalf. I've got to be honest, I would be really keen to see at least someone approaching some of the characters from the Rohan. I love that armour, that Celtic, almost Nordic, it's more Nordic, isn't it? Nordic-esque armour, and the designs on it I think would look absolutely fabulous. It'd be great to see them in quarter scale. So yeah, for me, a fan of villains, it might be a bit of a quieter year, but it doesn't matter too much because I've got some immense pieces coming next year anyway. As an outside prediction as well, I wouldn't be surprised if we see another studio gaining the license for Lord of the Rings. There's been so much come this year, you know, we've had Pure Arts now, we've done 2 fantastic reveals, so I wouldn't be surprised, certainly off the back of the Amazon TV series. I think the spotlight is very much on the Lord of the Rings license. The license is clearly up for grabs for how many studios have come along in the last 2 years and picked up the license. So I would, as an outside prediction, I wouldn't be surprised to see another studio throwing their hat in the ring here, so to speak. I really wouldn't. Before I go, there was something I alluded to at the start of this video which I just want to end on, and this isn't so much a prediction as more of a hope for 2023. I would like to see more of these studios, and not just with the Lord of the Rings license, this is all the studios with any and every license, kind of doing what Queen Studios have done with their in-arts, just basically making lower priced pieces. I think now, if ever there was a time to do it, now is the time. A lot, even on my channel here, as small as it is at the moment, you know, I'm nowhere near the subscriber numbers of some of the other statue channels, but even on my channel I get a lot of comments of people saying it's a beautiful piece, it's a lovely piece, I wish I could afford it, can't afford to buy it at the moment. So even here there's a lot of people who are wanting to get these pieces, but they can't afford to do it for whatever reason. Certainly now with energy prices and everything else that's going on, you don't need to get into all that, but what I'd like to see, what I'd hope to see, is all of the statue companies out there across the board, across the licenses, producing lower price pieces. so more people can carry on collecting, more people, because so many people at the moment have had to put their collecting on hold. Well and good doing these $3,000-4,000 pieces, but very few people, very small percentage of people can afford to get these, and that's why I say fair play to Queen at the start with this in art collection. Even though these aren't necessarily cheap pieces, they are certainly far more affordable for far more people than $3,500 alien busts and J&D Studio sticking $1,000 on a piece just because they've given it a platinum edition or whatever it was. I don't know. I mean, I'm not into DC, so all I know is that a lot of people were very upset with the price on that one. I'm not going to get into that because it's not a line that I'm invested in and I know very little about. But okay guys, that is it for this video. My somewhat scattered and random, but I hope there's some sort of order to it, predictions for what I think we are going to see revealed in 2023. Obviously I've stuck to the Lord of the Rings. It's something that I know more about than any of the other licenses, but I'd love to hear from all of you what you predict is going to be revealed in 2023. Any, you know, it doesn't matter which company, which license. I'd love to hear what all your predictions are. Let's see how close we can all get on that one. I've already done a video on what I've got coming in, which was my previous video. If you haven't seen that, jump back and see that. I've got some fab stuff coming in 2023, and I'm really excited to see what is going to be revealed next year, and I'm looking forward to getting more pre-orders in. Yay! Which means I'm going to have to sell some stuff because I'm going to have no room. So yeah, but that's another video for another day. So yeah, just to wrap this one up guys, as always, shove it in the comments below, anything you want to say, any predictions, blah blah blah. I'd love to hear from you all. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and if you're new here and haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel because that would be fab-o. Okay, that's it for me from this video guys. I'll catch you all very soon. I am expecting the Berserker Uruk-hai to ship very soon. So, and obviously there's other pieces coming before the end of the year as well. Certainly the one now is called Bust by Infinity, and the Sinter Balrog by Queen Studios. I'm expecting them all to be here well before Christmas, so Boston. Right, I'll catch you all in the next video. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.